This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amado. Tonight I'm here with
Eno Safo.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, we'll tell you about the effects of the ongoing strike by jurors in lots of courts, especially in Kumasi. That strike continuing and affecting the justice delivery to Ghanaians. Also coming up, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia settles on Matthew Opoku Prempeh as his running mate. The NDC says it is not perturbed about that particular decision. But what does the MPP itself say to this choice, and what does a choice mean to the party? And later, on Eyewitness News, the Convention People's Party, Kwame Nkrumah's party, may not be able to field a presidential candidate for the first time in many years. This is due to internal wranglings within the party. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Ghana retains second position as second largest recipient of remittances in sub-Saharan Africa. We'll bring you more from the World Bank 2024 Migration and Development Report.
That's in 15 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across the country on a number of affiliate stations, including in the Northeast region on SCAP 101.3 FM in Nakpanduri, Source 100.1 FM in Boko in the Upper East region, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura in the Upper West region, Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale in the Northern region. In the Volta region on Global FM 105.1 in Hohoe and Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya. In the Ashanti region on Alpha Radio 104.9 in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. On Hammers Radio 106.5 in Goso in the Ahafo region, on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani in the Bono region. In the Western region, we are in Takrady on Premier 100.5 FM, Sky Power 93.5 FM, and Beach 105.5 FM. We are also live on our website, citynewsroom.com. We are on Facebook. Do follow the Citi FM channel on Facebook, the handle that is, and you get to hear what we are talking about here. You can also send us messages, 0549 986 996, 0549 986 996. You can also send tweets using the hashtag Citi Newsroom. Let's start off with the New Patriotic Party. Yesterday on Eyewitness News, Sami Wiafe joined me. He's our correspondent at the presidency. He joined me to talk about the choice of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, a.k.a. Napo, as the running mate of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for the 2024 election. In fact, the Daily Graphic has a big banner headline today that says Napo is the running mate choice for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. All the conversations are suggesting he is a guy that has been settled on. The polls are pointing to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. So today on the Situation Room on Channel 1 Television, myself and Sami Wiafe hosting, we called up someone who knows Napo very well, Matthew Opoku Prempeh. We know the person who knows him very well was his assistant, was a PRO at his ministry when he was education minister. Currently, he is deputy minister for local government and also member of parliament for Old Tafo in the Ashanti region, Eko Vincent Safwa. We asked him who is Napo and how important is Napo's choice for the NPP. Let's listen.
Of 2018, thereabout, where we reviewed our curriculum. And that is when he decided that we should have a way that we can review our curriculum so that our people will now be creative in terms of creativity. Our people will now be having some amount of critical thinking whilst they are done with school. The grammar kind of school or the of education has not been helping. So that there was a review of our curriculum in 2017 or 2018, thereabout, where we reviewed our curriculum. Again, you remember that teacher medication was also reformed in terms of where for the first time we were able to make sure that the implementation of the licensing regime was introduced. It has been in our law book since 2008. The Education Act of 2008 mandated Ghanaian teachers to have a license so that they can rub shoulders with other teachers across the globe. This was not implemented, or this was not pushed through the system from 2008 until 2017-18 when he became the Minister of Education, where he made sure that there was some amount of reforms at the education level to the extent that the licensing regime was introduced. And today, a teacher, a professional teacher for that matter, who teaches in Ghana can also use the same license to be able to teach in the United Kingdom and other jurisdictions. Don't forget that the idea was for us to be able to rub shoulders with people like Finland, where you could use your PhD to be able to teach at the basic level. In fact, in Finland, teachers who are teaching at the basic level are people holding PhDs and what have you. And on this also something, and starting from somewhere was to make sure that at least we review, or if you like, we reform the teacher education level. Once again, you remember there was an upgrade in the College of Education whereby a teacher will complete school teacher training and will be awarded a diploma certificate. He made sure that there was an upgrade for all the 46 colleges of education, where all these colleges of education were now degree awarding institutions, or have been degree awarding institutions. And since that time today, if you complete any of these colleges of education, you are awarded a degree. What that means is that we have started, if you like, rubbing shoulders with the outside world, other effective jurisdiction as far as quality of education is concerned. He has to discredit this kind of achievement. You remember also at this time when he mentioned that there's no need for us to be, as it were, establishing new schools without necessarily beefing up your already existing school. So if I go to Pokua, if I go to Pempe College, or you go to Citi Seminary, is it necessary that if you can expand infrastructure in these schools and make sure that if before that time, about people who have make sure that this time you can have about 3,000 or 4,000 people completing like graduating from Citi Seminary. And so there was some amount of expansion in our various senior high schools where infrastructure like administration blocks were built in places where after the needs assessment that he did, he commissioned the needs assessment to be done. And after the needs assessment, you could see that there were institutions who needed administration blocks. He had to make sure that administration block goes with that schools. Institutions that needed dormitory blocks for such expansions to be capable, because there were some institutions that you could have, or you could see that they are able to take more students in the classroom, but of course there is no dormitories or there is no accommodation to be able to take care of these students. And he made sure that after the needs assessment assessed, some dormitories were being put there. A typical example is my own Osage Senior High School, which is Okes in North Napo constituency, where after the needs assessment, there were a number of blocks that were built in Okes, just to make sure that there's infrastructure expansion at that level. And so he has a lot of things to his credit. I am happy that he may be the one, or he is likely to be the one to be likely to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
So I want you to hold that thought there. He's been moved from. So that's an interview I was having with Eko Vincent Safwa. He is Deputy Minister for Local Government and Rural Development. He is the Member of Parliament for Old Tafo, and he was speaking to us on the Situation Room. There's a part of the interview where he talked about Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, who is the NPP's NDC's running mate, or John Dramani Mahama's running mate into election 2024. So that was the next question I was going to ask him. Let's listen.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
So I want you to hold that thought there. He's been moved from education. His latest.
Let me give me just a minute. Let me finish this.
Okay.
When you just oppose credibility in terms of being an educational minister, and that of Jane Opoku-Agyeman, who has also been an education minister before. One superintended over the cancellation of books and research allowances. One made sure that that was restored. One superintended over the cancellation of teacher training allowances. One made sure that that was restored. One superintended over a number of amounts of monies that were owed certain categories of people in terms of special schools, in terms of feeding grants and what have you. One made sure that all these monies were paid. And so that's the kind of ticket that Dr. Matthew Kuku
and then one moved to the ministry. Okay, so that's Eko Vincent Safwa, Deputy Minister, speaking to me on the Situation Room. I did that show with Sami. If you want to join us every Thursday at 3 p.m. on Channel 1 Television, as we bring you that program where we analyze the issues leading up to the elections of 2024. Let me go on the other phone line. Malik Basintale is Deputy National Communications Officer of the NDC. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Thank you very much.
We were thinking that election 2024 was going to be one that would be bordering on the economy, but it turns out education will be playing a crucial role. Now, your running mate, an educationist, has been Minister for Education before. If Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia goes by Napo, as everybody seems to be pointing to and all the evidence points to, we would have two former ministers for education being the running mates for the two leading presidential candidates in this election. The deputy minister I spoke to, who was PRO at the education ministry, says if we did a pound for pound analysis of who did what at the education ministry, and interestingly, Professor Nana Jenopoko Ajiman handed over to Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe. He says if we did a pound for pound analysis, your candidate would be found wanting. How do you respond to that?
First of all, Sandra, the only reason why we would even have this argument in the first place is because Citi FM has tabled it for discussion, because maybe some levels of the Ghanaian people are interested in this discussion, because in the logic of Alhaji Bawumia, the running mate is virtually useless. A running mate is virtually a mate and has no impact in policy making so long as governance is concerned. And the running mate, has no powers to do anything in this country, and that is why he had no power to do anything, and he was only a mate, he wasn't in control, and he's roaming all around this country looking for his steer. So in the logic of Dr. Bawumia, he doesn't even need a running mate, because the running mate is virtually useless. But we'll continue this argument because you've tabled it for discussion. And I am particularly happy, impressed that, like you said, we are having two former education ministers. And so we can simply compare what they did in those ministries. I listened to my brother churning out a lot of warped logic. Permit me to say that it was under Professor Nana Jane's regime that tertiary training colleges, polytechnics were converted into full tertiary institutions and started awarding degree certificates. It had never happened in the history of this country. It was Professor Nana Jane's under her regime. It was under Professor Nana Jane's regime that we cancelled, the shift system in our educational, system, only for Napo, the one to be selected as running mate to Dr. Bawumia, to reintroduce an archaic shift system in our senior high school level education, to the extent that today students will even go on vacation. Some will have to be in the house for about 6 months before they go back to school. It was under Napo's regime, something Nana Jane cancelled, an archaic system. Nana Jane cancelled. It was Napo who reintroduced it into our education system. So we can have that comparison too. It was under Professor Nana Jane's regime that we had new senior high schools, termed as community day schools, spring up in this country. Never in the history of this country, where schools were built for people living in a particular community to have easy access to certain cycle education in this country. It was as a result of Professor Nana Jane's vision in this country. Napo should point to one senior high school he has put up in this country, and then let's see how he was able to manage the expansion of second cycle education in this country. It was under Professor Nana Jane's regime that the training colleges and polytechnics, after being expanded, the quota system was cancelled, and we allowed a free flow into these training colleges and these nursing training colleges. It was under Professor Nana Jane's regime, only for Matthew Poku Prempe Napo to reintroduce an archaic quota system again. Baga Training College, for example, under Professor Nana Jane, used to recruit over 1,000 students. Over 1,000 students a year. Today, under Napo, as education minister, under his regime till date, Baga Training College has been recruiting less than 300 students a year. That was a high quota system that was introduced into these schools. And I listened to my brother speak about the cancellation of training allowances, and what have you. I'm surprised that he's repeating that. We talked about me, I was embarrassed. He was embarrassed before trainees, teachers and nursing trainees. They told him to his face that, Mr. Man, you are lying. You haven't paid us. And so stop ranting. We paid you, we paid that, and we paid this. My cousin is at the Tamale Training College, level 300. She has never received allowances all her life, and you can cross-check. And so that issue of allowances is neither here nor there. It was under Professor Nana Jane's regime that over 87 schools under trees were abrogated. If you remember, there was a policy where even road contractors, after completing your road projects, you were asked to provide about 10 or 15 schools to a community. A case study was the Fufolso Solar Road, where the African Development Bank constructed a 147-kilometer road. After the completion of the road, they set up primary schools. And so anybody who's used the Fofolso Solar Road, in every community you find a basic school. In almost every community, you find a chip compound. It was as a result of Professor Nana Jane's vision to the education sector that we had all these things. It was under Professor Nana Jane that the student loan trust fund was lifted from 650 Ghana cedis to 1,000 Ghana cedis, and at a point, 2,000 Ghana cedis. Again, but needy students who couldn't get access to scholarships were asked to settle on the student loan at a very little interest rate after you've completed and even started working. The money was increased to about 2,000 Ghana cedis. Now, remember that very day, how students jubilated on the road and, started prophesying on Professor Nana Jane that she one day be a vice president in this country, she one day be a president, prophesying, to the glory of her vision. And I believe strongly that the people appreciated that. To the teachers and the teaching community, I'm particularly impressed that at least teachers will have an opportunity of choosing between Napo's regime and Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman's regime. It was under Napo's regime that teachers were being disrespected in this country to the extent that I remember a particular day where the University Teachers Association in Ashanti region came to him at the office to hold a meeting. He told them he had no meeting with them and was not ready to sit with them. There were strikes upon strikes where even the minister was not ready to negotiate with them. Instead, he came out and churned out all sorts of stories and displayed all levels of arrogance to these teachers. And so teachers will have an opportunity. All the training programs that they used to have under Professor Nana Jane became a thing of the past under Matthew Poko Prempeh. But besides that, after the education ministry, we saw what he's done under the energy ministry. There's you and I, that after many times of pleading with him to roll out a doomsday timetable, he finally told us that if we thought we wanted a timetable, we should take pen and paper, sit down and write our thing, share arrogance. That display of opulence, all because you are within the corridors of power. Today you come back and tell us you want to be running mates. It is under the regime of Napo that after the NDC, under President Mahama, instilled a very robust energy sector, beefed up our megawatts to about 5,000 megawatts, sorry. Today, Napo, they turn off your lights, they shed load almost every now and then, all because they are owing IPPs, they have dissipated ESLA, and they've wasted all money that were dolling into the energy corridors. We've seen this regime, and we continuously see that. Aside all these two things, my brother, we have the issue of credibility, we have the issue of your behavior, we have the issue of the charisma you bring on board, and we have the issue of the track record, and that level of morality you bring on board. The people are looking for a calm person, the people are looking for one who understands their plight, the people are looking for one who has been consistent in whatever she's done, and they find that consistency in no less a person than Professor Nana Jane. And so we are ready for the election. We know that, yes, aside the running mates, the presidential candidates will be on the ballot paper. Their faces will be on the papers for people to go and decide. And so we are confident that if you look at President Mahama, who has a good track record, who is a nation builder, who has been tried and tested, whose record is enviable, who has demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that he understands the problems of this country and has been professing solutions all through this year, the good people will definitely reward him against a lying vice president, a man who says one thing and does another, a man who has been very inconsistent under his regime, and a man who cannot be trusted because he said so much than he's done. He's demonstrated what analysis in the past before people of this country have been staring at him. All they see is somebody who simply tells them, look, my government is in power, I brought taxes upon you, yet when you vote for me again, I'll come and cancel the taxes. This is how the Ghanaian people listen to Malam Baumia anytime he speaks. And so, yes, Sandra, we are happy.
Okay.
We are in a game of politics.
Okay.
And anything that will help us defeat our opponents will definitely be in full support of it. And so
I have a number of follow-up questions.
Yes.
I have a number of follow-up. Just though, why do you say Malam Baumia? He's Dr. Baumia. Why are you using Malam?
Oh, you are a religious person. I would like it so much if anybody should call me Pastor or Malam Malik. It's something that is attributed to me. If you are a Muslim, you should know that you hold the Malam position in high esteem and even whatever certificates you've attained. Because only the Malam certificate you'll be able to take to heaven. And on Judgment Day, that's what you'll be judged for. So I think that even Malam Baromia will be impressed that we call him Malam, aside all other things.
Just wanted to be sure what the intent and purpose was. Now, let's talk about a few of the things. So you said that teachers were disappointed under Napo's regime, and that teachers were given a raw deal under Napo's regime. But these are the same teachers who were denied chalk under Jane's regime, where the second lady herself said to them she was not going to give them chalk. I don't know whether comparing that with what you are saying, which one affected teaching more?
No. It was under Professor Nana Jane we moved from even the chalk system to the marker board system.
But it was under her regime that you denied them chalk.
So I'm just telling you why some of the institutions at the point didn't get chalk like you are saying, which was not even the case. We actually metamorphosed the education system from a chalk system to a marker system, and it was done gradually. Today, I dare say.
Yeah, but you see, you're talking about arrogance, and you've talked about how Napo responded to the... Just hold on. Responded to the teachers, and you thought that's marked of arrogance. And I'm saying that for a second lady to say to a teacher that I'm not going to give you chalk, I'm not going to give you chalk today or tomorrow... That is arrogance, and the fact that she was not second lady, but hold on, Malik, I listened to you for.
Let us compare two individuals.
No problem.
Professor Nana Jane and Napo. If you start mentioning other people's names, I'll bring Samira Baumia into this conversation.
Malik, the reason the second lady said the things she said about chalk was because there was a shortage of chalk. The person who sits on top of our education policy at the time was Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. So she would take the blame for the shortage of chalk, which forced the second lady to say what she said. That is the context.
Yes, you were comparing arrogance. And you said I said Napo was arrogant. And you're comparing Napo to a second lady, of course, which was not Professor Jane Opoku-Agyeman. Now, if she said that, she responded directly to them. She said, look, I have come to visit you. I've brought you computers. I've brought you this. I've brought you that. Now you are telling me that, okay, I should add chalk. No problem. I will speak to the minister. But I know that we are moving the system from the chalk system to the marker board system, and then we are actually increasing the quality of our education, boosting the quality of education in this country. As simple as that. How arrogant was that? And what wrong did Professor Nana Jane commit in that? She had no correlation to this particular attribution. And so you are comparing apples to oranges. Let's stick to the comparison of Professor Nana Jane and Matthew Opoku-Prempeh. Unless you want me to compare Prof. Nana Jane to Samira Baumia or to Rebecca Akufo-Addo.
Whichever one your choice is. Let's move on. You scrapped the teaching allowance, the teacher training allowance. You scrapped the nursing training allowance. There's a view that cost you the elections of 2016. With hindsight now being your friends, would you say that was an error of judgment and that error was exercised by Professor Nana?
No. You see, the point is that we cancelled the teacher trainee allowance. In fact, it wasn't cancelled at the point. It was suspended to an extent because there were still ongoing deliberations. And I recall that before we left office in 2016, we had commenced payment again. It was simply because we suspended and the students agitated. I mean, of course, if I'm a student and then all of a sudden you cancel my teacher trainee or nursing trainee allowance, I will be agitated because I'll say that, look, you've been paying me all these years. Why is it that you want to stop paying me? And so we went back to them and we told them that, look, we are suspending it because we have increased, we've improved upon the Student Loan Trust Fund. We are building more tertiary institutions for you to occupy. We are enhancing or building more CHEP compounds and more hospitals so that when you complete from the nursing trainee, you get an automatic posting into these institutions. When you complete from the teacher trainee, you get an automatic posting. And that was why we built all these CHEP E-blocks and we built all these CHEP compounds. That was why we built the Rich Hospital, we built the Bank of Ghana Hospital, we expanded the Tamale Teaching Hospital, expanded the Damango Hospital, built the Kumau Hospital, and all these hospitals were floating all around. It was simply because we suspended this so we could invest hugely in all these facilities so that upon your completion, you get an automatic posting into them. I think it was right even in your mind, Sanda. But the students agitated, and we said, fine. If we wanted, we would continue to pay you. So we commenced payment. Then Dr. Baumia, The braggadocious vice president, running mate at the time, went around telling people, look, we will pay, we will pay, we will pay, we will pay. Then they voted for him. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they paid. They stopped. And today, if you interview teacher trainees, nursing trainees, they will tell you that the man, Dr. Bawumia, who came to their institutions and lied to them that they were going to pay them upon assumption of office, have failed to do so. And in fact, Malam Bawumia is a liar. They have been saying this. They said this to his face, and they've said it behind his back. They have said it to all his family members, that the man deceived us and lied to us. So today, the NDC's position has been vindicated. The automatic posting to these institutions have also been cancelled, and a quota system has been introduced. What it means is that even if you don't take alawa for all these years of being in these institutions, after graduation, you will not get an automatic posting because they haven't built new hospitals, they haven't built new schools, and the system is now choked. So the completion rates have grown up to catch up with the development President Mahama had instilled in this country. And if we don't get a president like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama again, it means that this country is going to be stalled, is going to be stagnant, and we are not going to move forward as at a development rate again in this country.
Very well.
I think that it makes sense to you and I. And the students today clearly understand that, look, the MPP cannot be taken serious because they are a deceptive party. The NDC's position has been consistent, and we have told them that, look, we will continue to build hospitals for you, we'll continue to build schools for you, we'll expand your institutions again for you to have a greater intake. And upon assumption of office, like President Mahama keeps saying, would we introduce the posting system and all the backlog, will be settled and people will get more jobs and jobs to do under his 24-hour economy system, where all these institutions are going to go fully 24-hour economy. I think the Ghanaian people will find it very easy choosing between these two things. I don't see any new inspiration Napo brings on board because he's been a failure in his ministry. He's a failure currently under this current ministry, and the Ghanaian people simply do not take him serious. And worst of it all is his leader, his boss Malam Bawumia, who would never be taken serious by the people of this country again. If we want to have somebody who dances, who goes around 10 years, yes, we can use Malam Bawumia. But if we want a man with policy, if we want a man with a good track record, if we want a man who can change the economic fortunes of this country and take us to a promised land where our growth rate will reboost again, where corruption will be on the low, where people will get jobs and jobs to do, then it's no less a person than the nation builder, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Thank you.
And a highly competent running mate and soon to be first female, half-Irish, female Vice President of the Republic of Ghana.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much for speaking to us. That's Malik Basintale, his Deputy National Communications Officer of the NDC, Malam Malik. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3. And just for purposes of education, Malam is an Arabic word that means teacher, which is used as a title for many more male Muslims in many of our communities. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We're coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Let's go to the Volta region now, and the constituency where NPP has the only seat in the whole of Everland, and for that matter, Volta region.
The National Democratic Congress in the Volta region is accusing MP for Hohoe, John Peter Amewu, of deliberately delaying the court case challenging the legitimacy of the election conducted in the Hohoe constituency in December 2020. Some 5 residents from the Sal enclave have petitioned the High Court in Ho to nullify the parliamentary elections held in the Hohoe constituency that saw the election of John Peter Amewu. After making a late entry into the hearing of the petition, John Peter Amewu at the last hearing introduced 3 new issues to the case, which the NDC in the region say is a ploy to delay the case. The Volta Regional Secretary of the NDC, James Gunu, addressed the media after the court hearing.
Are buying time. That is the more reason why the Electoral Commission and the Member of Parliament who benefited from this crime, they have come together to conspire against the good people of SAR. And seeing that they have a genuine case, they want to buy time so that at the end of the day, he will finish his tenure of office. Regardless of the outcome of the petition, So that is the more reason why they are doing these things. Because look at when this case started. Almost 4 years now, we are still in court.
That was the Regional Secretary of the NDC, James Guna. Meanwhile, lawyer for John Peter Amewu, Benedict Kovice, insists that the new issues which border on the incompetence of the High Court to grant the relief sought by the petitioners are important if justice is to be served.
Normally when a case progresses, as the case progresses, new ideas come, but then prior to our amendment, they too amended. And the amendment they made, belatedly, is very copious with the pleadings that certain enactments, certain CI constitutional instruments were unconstitutional. Well, that actually has also suddenly awoken us to the realization that before you declare the election is null and void, that's being the relief they are seeking before the Honorable High Court. You first must declare the constitutionality or the unconstitutionality of those provisions upon which the EC, first respondent, relied in excluding the SAL areas from.
Lawyer for John Peter Amewu, Benedict Kovice there.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Gugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Are you a contractor, builder, or a proud homeowner with an eye for quality and security? Well, look no further than Yale. Yale is the trusted name in security for over 180 years. When it comes to securing your home or business, trust Yale. We make security simple, and we're right here in the heart of Accra, Ghana. Visit our stunning showroom on 11th Lane Street in Osu, Accra, and discover a world of premium Yale products, including door hardware, handles, and door locks that will elevate the security and style of your space. Whether you're building from scratch or renovating, Yale has the perfect solution for you. Our products are known for their durability, innovation, and most importantly, your peace of mind. Visit us today and experience the Yale difference. Your security, our priority. Yale, locking in your peace of mind.
Hey, Walambo! I asked him to buy me original politics.
Hey, please don't make mistake. Talk to Papa. Open the back mouth. And you politics no gala. Hey, Papa.
Papa, can ruffle.
The politics is original. The first and the best.
What is? Who got also for dear acrobat using it?
Politics, yes.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Let's do some stories. The National Union of Ghana Students is urging the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana to reconsider their strike and engage government on their grievances. This appeal comes on the back of the National Labour Commission's directive to CTAG to halt the strike and return to the negotiation table to address their concerns. In an interview with Citi News, the president of the National Union of Ghana Students, Daniel Oponchirma, implored CTAG to call off the strike, citing the adverse impact it is having on students in the 46 colleges of education.
Complaining hugely because, when two elephants are fighting, it's the grass that suffers. We have our level 400 who are about to complete school, who some of them are now confused as to the next step to be taken. So it has left most of our students in a state of confusion and dilemma. But at the moment, what we are currently asking for is that, as recently the National Labour Commission released a letter on asking CITAC to go back to class so that they could sit on the negotiation table and find a lasting solution to this particular canker. That is what we are so asking, that as we've spoken with government is ever ready to meet the demands of CITAC halfway. So what we are asking is that CITAC will be able to quickly resume classes so that the leaders will then meet government together with NLC, the National Labour Commission, and the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations, and quickly find a lasting solution to this particular issue, because we don't want it to repeat itself again. We want this time a permanent solution to this particular ailment.
That was President of the National Union of Ghana Students, Daniel Opong Treme. The staff of the National Identification Authority say they will not attend a meeting called by the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission on Thursday, July 11, 2024, to negotiate their conditions of service. The workers embarked on a strike due to the government's delay in disbursing institution-specific allowances and management's delay in approving a scheme of service. They later called off the strike. The NIA staff explained that both parties are already scheduled to meet the National Labour Commission on July 3, hence the government's chosen date for the negotiation indicates a deliberate attempt to delay the negotiations. In an interview with Citi News, the General Secretary of the Divisional Executives Council of the Public Services Workers Union, Kwabena Educhirme, stated that they are likely to resume the strike on Thursday, July 4, 2024, if there is no positive outcome.
Yes, it was only yesterday that we received a letter from Fair Wages indicating that we are going to have our next negotiations on the 11th of next month. We didn't sit down with the unions. It does appear that they are taking us for granted, just shifting the time to their own advantage without recourse to other parties involved. The unions are not happy with the current trend of the delayed passes from the government. Hence, they are supposed to meet the Labour Commission on the 3rd of July, which was the date that the directives was given that both parties should report to with the progress of work. Before 3rd, these Fair Wages have come out with a letter requesting for negotiation to commence on the 11th. The union see a lot wrong with that date, and we will not comply with the date. Hence, anytime from 4th of next month, it is likely we are going to resume the strike action.
Kwabena Educhirme is the General Secretary of the Divisional Executives Council of the Public Services Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress, Ghana NIA Division.
Let's go to the courts. We are told today lots of cases that had to be put on hold or adjourned because jurors who are supposed to be part of the judicial system have begun a strike in 3 regions at least nationwide. In the Ashanti region, they have been on strike, and that affected courts in Kumasi. Albert Aka is a juror in the Ashanti region. He's joined us on the line. So you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yeah, thank you very much.
The jury system is a system that is supposed to be almost a group of anonymous people who help in dispensing with justice. How is it that you even have an association of jurors and you are agitating? One would think that you guys are supposed to be some quiet, anonymous people in a corner in the courtroom who rarely says anything to the media or anybody whatsoever. What forced you out?
Yes, you are right. But the issue is that because there's no need for us to come out for people to see that we are doing this work, means that we have to be cheated, right? That's not the case. The case is that government has to give jurors allowances as the constitution states. But if I'm to give an allowance and allowance is not given to me, and I'm not performing my work as is expected of me as a juror, my civic responsibility, then it will come to light that the jurors are not performing. So over the years, you were not hearing from the jurors. But this is the time we want the public to know that whatever they are doing to the jurors, we are not happy about it. And as we said, it's true. We come out with our verdict in the courtroom. In the courtroom, we been discharged and we go and discuss of the case. Either the accused person is guilty or not guilty. Then from there, then we dispatch. Everybody goes home. But we don't have a situation, as you stated. We have a platform, a group that we chat, we communicate to each other. So whatever happens at Borga, Tamale, Koforudia, Takrade, Accra, Kumasi, we all see, then we all discuss. So me, Abetaka, if I'm not a member of the jury today, and the next legal year, if we will call for another group of people to come and form the jury, even if they will spend 6 months, they have the right to create their group so that they can discuss their issues over there. That's where they also discuss their issues and channel their grievances through there to the authorities. So this is what we have done. We don't have a situation as you stated, but it's a group, it's a platform that we all under that particular platform. Whatever we say here, Accra people hear.
I see.
Yes, so that's it.
Okay. How are jurors paid? Are you paid by case or you are paid monthly stipends? How are you paid?
We don't pay monthly salary, no. It depends on the case that you sit. If you come to the court, then you perform the duty that particular day. You are supposed to entitle for that particular day. Tomorrow, if you don't have case and you don't come, don't give you any allowance. So allowance is based on the number of cases, the number of days, the number of sitting that you have. Then it converts to your allowance for you. So it can happen that even in Kumasi, at the end of the day, if allowances are paid, others receive more than others. It's not equal, depending on the number of cases that the person, a juror, has. So that's it.
So the payments that are making you go on strike now, are they payments in arrears or payments for cases you recently were jurors in, or there was some sort of agreement that has not been accorded or has not been met?
Yes, thank you very much. It's an arrears. The jurors pre-finance our coming to court, and from court, we pre-finance. Then we expect that the government also will refund our TNT and others to us through the allowance based on the number of cases that the person starts. Then, if the money is not coming, then we pre-inform the authorities that, hey, the money is not coming. How can we go to court? Then we inform you. If we inform you, then you turn deaf mind, then you don't mind us. Then we're beginning to find a way of getting our money. This, we are getting to the legal year. The legal year is going to end by 31st July. Though, during the legal year, the court system has said that in October, we are saying 2024, but the date is 2025 because that's the legal year. So we still go to court if we have a case that has to be continued during the legal year. So if we come to court, then you don't pay me and you don't give me allowance. And don't forget that it's only allowance that we are requesting for. It's not monthly salary that we are requesting for. And there's others that enjoy so much. They don't pay rent. They don't pay utility, water, electricity. They don't buy even fuel. At times, some people eat free. You get it. And such people still receive allowance. And ours is only the allowance that we are talking about. We are not talking about anything. And when the money is not coming, me personally, I call Chief Justice Office. Last week, Tuesday, I called Chief Justice's office, informing Chief Justice. Chief Justice wasn't around there. I spoke with the secretary, and I leave message with her that he should communicate with the Chief Justice that our allowances are overdue long ago. That was 11 months now in June. So he should tell Chief Justice that if something is not done about it, something will happen. And the evening around 8, between 7 and 8, somebody called me that Chief Justice said I should come so that we'll have a amicable solution to the problem. I didn't know what actually Chief Justice wanted to tell me so that I will come and tell my people. And actually we have a group of jurors in Accra that they are also on strike for over 1 month, 2 weeks. Then I said, once I'm in Accra, I'm in Kumasi, then I will connect them with the jurors in Accra so that they will communicate with them. Then but
in what capacity were you trying to meet the Chief Justice? Are you like the appointed spokesperson of all jurors?
No. When I called the secretary to inform the secretary that issue.
My point is that why are you the one making the call? Who gave you that power of attorney to call on behalf of jurors?
We don't need the power attorney to talk to Chief Justice. When she came, he assumed office as Chief Justice. We from Kumasi and other areas went to Accra to welcome her and also to congratulate her as well, to assume that high office. Then unfortunately, she was at the meeting, and we even exchanged contact with the secretary, and that anything that we want to discuss with the Chief Justice, we can call through the secretary.
Okay.
So when we intending having this strike, it prompted me. I'm the leader of the Ashanti region, the Jurors. I'm the leader. So my people were pushing me. We can't go to court. We don't have money to go to court. So if it happened this way, it affects me because I organized them to go to the court, being a leader. That's why I called.
Okay, so let's talk about the hard figures. All of you put together, how much are you expecting from government in total? Do you have a range?
No, the issue I've already explained to you that the number of cases that I have, or the number of citizens
I get it. So it varies from juror to juror. I'm just saying that have you guys managed to put together a figure that you are working with, some sort of bargaining, collective bargaining agreement that you have secured, so that when you are met, you can say that in total there are 77 jurors. This is how much we are owed. Give us that money. We know how to distribute it. Do you have that kind of arrangement?
When we wrote the letter, we disclosed some amounts, which when we received allowance during, I think last year, there was less payment. They pay and they left some. That figure we quoted in the letter. I can't disclose that figure.
Oh, you don't want to tell me? If you tell us, that would give us an idea so that if the IMF money comes, we can say to them to take that portion and give to you.
The IMF money is different. It has a different edition than the Jurors. It's a different thing.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So we know how much. Okay. Now, how long is this your strike going to be for? What's your plan?
Yeah, our plans are that we are only expecting our money to be paid to us because all the time we need to chase our money, struggle before these allowances are paid.
Okay.
And it also affects the accused persons at the prison custody, and we are not happy about it. And people are saying that have the perception that it's the jurors who delay the court processes or the case, but that's not the case. That's not the case. That perception, I need to correct it. We have jurors, we have judges, we have accused persons, lawyers, we have AG, that's prosecutors, and we have witnesses. If today the witness is not there, because we base on the witness available at the court before we can give our verdict. If the witness is not there to give the witness, the case will be adjourned. If the prosecutor AG is not there, the case will be adjourned. Maybe we have also asked the prosecutor from the police CID to come and testify at the court. If he's not ready to come, the case will be adjourned. If so many things, factors. So if somebody is sitting somewhere and say that we want to scrap the jury system because it's the jury that delay cases. Me, I wish Chief Justice called the jurors, the leadership, from maybe 111 or 22 from various regions. Then we'll go and meet the Chief Justice. Then we'll tell Chief Justice what is causing the delays of the cases.
Okay, very well.
Because if you don't ask the facts, the witnesses, and you can't pronounce verdicts, you prosecute wrong. You give a wrong verdict.
Very well.
And at the end of it, yes. So
Albert, I know that jurors are supposed to be ordinary people on the street. What is your profession, you personally?
The juror is not about any ordinary person on the street. That's not the issue.
It's a jury. It's a jury of peers. You're supposed to be ordinary people. Okay, fine. What's your profession? What's your job, for instance?
If you say ordinary, what do you mean by ordinary?
I mean, you are not learned in the law. You are not necessarily legal persons. You have basic understanding of the law or no understanding of the law at all. That's why you are empaneled. You are not lawyers. You are not judges. You are non-law people. That's what I mean by ordinary.
Yes, but
and you are also a reasonable ordinary man on the street. That's what I mean.
Yeah, okay. But the issue is that the jurors, like you said earlier, we don't identify our institutions. We don't identify because, as I said.
But right now, you already have the fact that you are speaking to me on national radio and you've given us permission to mention your name means you've identified yourself. So I just wanted to know. So are you a doctor? Are you a nurse? Are you a teacher? What are you?
I work in an institution.
I
work in an institution. It's an institution by institution that selected me to come and be a juror, a member of the jury.
I see. Interesting.
So
how long have you done this for?
Oh, only 3 years. Only 3 years.
So
this June is my 3rd year.
I see. How many cases have you determined since you joined the panel of jury?
I have 22 cases, and we are done lot of them.
I see.
So the one outstanding now is 22 cases.
Finally, a lot of labor unions will tell you that government listens to demonstrations more than anything else. Are you going to demonstrate beyond the strike?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. If government decide not to pay, we will leave it as it is.
Will you go back to the courts to work, or you just say goodbye to the courts as well?
No. We are not going. We are not going back to the court. No. You see, and accounts they have is this. It's when I lie up, you ask me to lie up to see God. When I lie up, then I couldn't see God. But if you ask me to turn my face down to see God, how I understand what is this?
Can you say that in Twi?
Yes. Say
Just say hope no day.
Yes, hope no day.
Kafra,
why? So if the government, you see, if the Chief Justice will be able to convince the jurors that you see the state of the nation that we find ourselves in now, we don't have money. There's no money. So please, I'm appealing to you, go back to court. Then we'll find money, paying you by using convincing words. But if you don't convince me, then you tell me that, go and please complete the cases. Then we'll give you the money. And you don't even have when the money will be paid to us. Then you are going overboard. I will never buy that idea. Yeah. So Chief Justice should convince us that, this and that, maybe 1 week, 3 days, 5 days, the money will be paid to you.
All right.
So go and work. Okay. Then you convince us. But if you come out to say that I'm working I have mother institution that I'm working. Then I receive my salary over there. So why should I complaining of my allowance at the High Court? Then it becomes something that nobody will understand. I will be angry because the Constitution knows that the jurors are working already, and this allowance. But the Constitution says we should give them allowance.
All right. Thank you for speaking to us, Albert.
Thank you to my brother.
Albert Aka is a juror in the Ashanti region, one of many jurors who are on strike because they say the allowances are not being paid them, and they want a specific assurance given them by the Chief Justice, which says that we'll pay you so much at the end of this month or another if you do your work. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's remain in the legal space or in the courts.
Police prosecutors say they are awaiting advice from the Attorney General's office in the case involving actor Kujun Kansa, popularly called Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was granted a 50,000 Ghana city bail with 2 sureties by the Asokore Mampong Court after he was arrested by police on June 3, 2024. His arrest was in connection with an accident involving a vehicle being driven by the actor, which resulted in the death of a 3-year-old boy. The prosecution said they have forwarded the case docket to the Attorney General's office for advice. Lawyer for Lil Wayne, Nana Bunsu Triche, said the advice from the Attorney General's office will inform their next step in the matter.
This is a criminal matter. If you have anything that we are supposed to gather, it is peculiar to us. We have to keep it tentative. It's up to us, right? And also, they have to, the police or the prosecution must prove their case for us to have a case to answer before we will be able to put us now before the court to know whether we will be able to rebut any doubt that the police has created in this matter or the prosecution has created in this matter. So for now, we cannot speak to anything with regards to how we are preparing towards the matter. We are only waiting for the Attorney General to give the specific advice in accordance with its mandates in the Constitution as well as the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act.
What's the condition of your client now?
He's well, at least by God's grace. As you've seen him, he's able to move, speak, eat. So I believe he's quite well now, though we expect him to be better as he used to be before this whole incident happened. So he's well.
Nana Bunsu Triche is lawyer for Kujun Kansa, popularly called Lil Wayne. Meanwhile, the case has been adjourned to July 29, 2024.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Choboy! We have a new leader in town. OBRNT. Amanfo. Madam was Sibebre. When him say my baby, maybe more charcoal for whiter teeth. More charcoal. Not only that, maybe lemon. More lemon. Zinc for fresher breath. More zinc. And fluoride for stronger teeth.
Introducing the new President Charcoal Pack with more power with a combination of charcoal and lemon for naturally whiter teeth. Grab yours now. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, today. I can't wait to watch my favorite sports on my newest NASCO television. Charlie, the view be clear, Papa. HD quality you can trust.
Ever since Kwame became a star with NASCO, if not football, then it's chilling with his friends with some ice chilled drink from NASCO's refrigerator because it chills so well.
No wonder his friends can't resist but come to watch their games here. I think they like the cool breeze with NASCO air condition.
NASCO's washing machine and gas cooker makes home lovely.
Go! It's always fun with Nasco home appliances. Enjoying the football you love and all other Nasco products like the durable Nasco Ion, Nasco Microwave, and Nasco Blender. Visit all our EGL showrooms nationwide and grab yours now or via online. Nasco delivery is fast and swift, just a call away. Make the football viewing experience memorable with Nasco home appliances. Nasco, bring home happiness.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Inosaf. Let's settle for the details. Ghana emerged as the second largest recipient of remittances in sub-Saharan Africa in 2023, receiving an estimated $4.6 billion according to the latest World Bank 2024 Migration Development Report. Despite a slight overall decrease in remittance flows to the region, Ghana's position underscores the significant role of remittances in the country's economy. The following report has more.
Per the report, remittance flows to sub-Saharan Africa reached $54 billion in 2023, a slight decrease of 0.3% from the previous year. Nigeria topped the list of largest recipients of remittances in the region with an estimated $19.5 billion, followed by Ghana with $4.6 billion. Other countries in the top 10 category included Kenya in third place with an estimated $4.2 billion, Zimbabwe in fourth place with $3.1 billion, and Senegal with $2.9 billion in remittances for 2023. The World Bank noted that remittance flows to sub-Saharan Africa were nearly 1.5 times larger than foreign direct investment inflows in 2023 and were relatively more stable. FDI to the region totaled $38.6 billion in 2023, mainly driven by greenfield project announcements in Kenya and Nigeria. It also emphasized that remittances have become the most significant foreign exchange earner in several countries. In Kenya, for instance, remittances exceeded the value of key exports such as tourism, tea, coffee, and horticulture. Countries heavily reliant on remittances as a proportion of gross domestic product include the Gambia, Lesotho, Comoros, Liberia, and Cabo Verde, with remittances contributing over 1/5 of GDP in the first three countries. Meanwhile, growth of remittances to sub-Saharan Africa is projected to recover slightly from the negative growth of 0.3% in 2023 to 1.5% in 2024.
That was a news desk report. Ghana's banking industry has leapfrogged in aligning with global sustainable financial principles. This is evident in the significant 62.5% compliance rate achieved by banks with regards to sustainable banking guidelines in 2023 alone. It suggests that since the introduction of the environmental, social, and governance framework in the financial space, banks have shown strong progress in smoothly incorporating these principles into their operations to meet green financing targets. To consolidate these gains, the Bank of Ghana assures robust regulatory systems to redefine the sector and reduce the risk of future financial instability. Here's Second Deputy Governor at the Bank of Ghana, Elsie Ado Awazi.
The Bank of Ghana, also with the support of the IFC and SECO, rolled out a number of programs aimed at orienting, training, and building the capacity of bank staff at all levels, as well as engaging with boards of banks to help with the smooth implementation of the principles and sector guidance notes, and to help with reporting on compliance. Based on the bank's reporting to the Bank of Ghana, we observe a continuous improvement in compliance levels since implementation took effect in January 2020. And banking supervision tells me that the average compliance rate for banks as of the end of December 2023 is at 62.5%. And this represents a significant milestone, as BS detailed. Evidently, there's still ways to go, but we have come a long way from ground zero. And so it's good news. The Bank of Ghana continues to promote stronger governance in the banking sector through our regulatory and supervisory activities.
Elsie Ado Awazi, second deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. The Ghana Commercial Bank has recorded a remarkable recovery in profitability after it recorded a profit of over 1 billion Ghana cedis in 2023, marking a remarkable turnaround from a loss position of 743.5 million cedis in 2022. The bank's total revenue also grew by 26% to 3.78 billion Ghana cedis, supported by growth in net interest income of 37%. Here's board chairman of the Ghana Commercial Bank, Daniel Kwekuchinebua Esrufi, giving more highlights at the bank's performance for 2023 at the bank's annual general meeting in Accra on Thursday.
The bank reported strong financial results for the year, attributable to revenue and profits on the back of strong performance from our lines of business, guided by the implementation of our market dominance strategy. Total revenue grew by 26% to 3.78 billion Ghana cedis. On the back of growth was the net interest income, which went up by 37%. The growth in net income was due to the balance sheet expansion. Pre-provision profit improved significantly from 1.37 billion Ghana cedis in the previous year to 1.97 billion cedis, reflecting an increase of 43%. For the first time in the history of your bank, we achieved a remarkable profit, crossing the threshold of 1 billion cedis in 2023.
Daniel Kwekuchinebua Esrufi is the board chairman of the Ghana Commercial Bank. Now, as part of efforts to redefine the landscape for micro, small and medium enterprises in Ghana, government has unveiled a comprehensive set of regulations under the Ghana Enterprises Agency classification of MSME Regulations 2023. Under these guidelines, micro enterprises are now characterized by having up to 5 permanent employees and a turnover or fixed asset value of up to 150,000 Ghana cedis. This classification aims to empower small businesses with tailored support and recognition. Speaking during the launch of the new regulations as part of activities to mark the 2024 MSME Day, Minister of Trade and Industry Katie Hammond underscored government's commitment to nurturing a dynamic MSME sector to foster economic resilience.
Pursuant to Section 32, subsection A of the Ghana Enterprises Act 2020 at 1043, new thresholds for micro, small, and medium enterprises prescribed by my ministry have been approved by Parliament. By this enactment, a GEA has accomplished one of its functions under Section 3, subsection C of GEA Act, to determine the criteria for the classification of MSMEs to promote their development and encourage their participation in industrial transformation.
Katie Hammond is the Minister of Trade and Industry. For a part, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Enterprises Agency, Kosi Yanke-Aye, also explained the significance of the new regulations.
The new Ghana Enterprises Agency Classification of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Regulation 2023 provides a clear and comprehensive framework for defining and categorizing MSMEs in Ghana. This classification will help us deliver on our mandate more effectively, improve coordination among government institutions, development partners, financial institutions, the private sector, and enable MSMEs to access targeted support and resources. With this classification, Ghana Enterprises Agency can design targeted interventions that meet the specific needs of each category of MSMEs, track the progress of MSMEs and evaluate the impact of our programs more effectively, facilitate coordination among various stakeholders in MSME development in Ghana, allow us to figure out where exactly gender plays a role in MSME development.
Kosi Yanke-Aye is the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Enterprises Agency. That's all for City Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Enusafo. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
One of the best decisions you could possibly make at the start of your day is to tune in to the City Breakfast Show. Insightful, intriguing, intelligent, and informative. The City Breakfast Show offers an attractive alternative to the noisy mishmash of morning radio. Tune in to the City Breakfast Show for passionate discussions on issues that matter and enjoy interviews where duty bearers and decision makers have their feet held to the fire. The City Breakfast Show airs from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Monday to Friday, only on 97.3 Citi FM.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the whole family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, today. I can't wait to watch my favorite sports on my newest NASCO television. Charlie, the view be clear, Papa. HD quality you can trust.
Ever since Kwame became a star with NASCO, if not football, then it's chilling with his friends with some ice chilled drink from NASCO's refrigerator because it chills so well.
No wonder his friends can't resist but come to watch their games here. I think they like the cool breeze with NASCO air condition.
NASCO's washing machine and gas cooker makes home lovely.
Go! It's always fun with NASCO home appliances. Enjoying the football you love and all other NASCO products like the durable NASCO Ion, NASCO Microwave, and NASCO Blender. Visit all our EGL showrooms nationwide and grab yours now or via online. NASCO delivery is fast and swift, just a call away. Make the football viewing experience memorable with NASCO home appliances. NASCO, bring home happiness.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
name is Umaru Sanda Amado. As we gear up towards election 2024, serious political parties are doing frantic work preparing for the elections, while others are also doing their own thing. There's a party that is referred to as a sleeping giant. I'm not about sure whether those words apply to the party, but yeah, that's the Convention People's Party, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's party, Dr. Papa Kwesi Ndom's party, George Opesika Agude's party, Samia Yaba Nkrumah's CPP, Ivor Kobina Green Street's party, Dr. Abu Sakara Foster's party. What's Mewu's party, actually? I forgot to add that. Freddie Blaze party. So it appears that the CPP will not be able to present a presidential candidate this year, and that's due to the various rancor within the party. The director of communications of the party is Sylvester Sapon Soprano. He's joining us on the line. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Good evening, sir.
How well or sick is your party?
Can you do that again, please?
How well is your party, the CPP?
Oh, we're doing well enough. Fantastic, to be, frank. We're doing great.
If this were a hospital ward, would you say you're ready to be discharged to go home, or you need a few more years of, admission?
But why would we be in a hospital ward?
Because your party cannot field a presidential candidate. All serious parties are doing that. What is the state of affairs in your party currently?
Well, thank you for the question. But just because we've not provided a presidential candidate at the moment, it's nobody, I have to point out. The state of the CPP is all well and good. We have issues, like every other family. We have issues, and it's nothing that is not surmountable. So we have issues, but that is just like every other party. This afternoon, I was listening to you, and there was talk of an MP, a new patriotic MP, somewhere in the northern part of Ghana, who had a case in court that was brought back to be resolved, etc. So everybody has a problem. Married people have problems. Ordinary relationships have problems. Organizations, Citi FM, I'm sure you don't have a pristine record. You must have problems there too.
What is the CPP's problem?
The CPP's problem, to put it, bluntly and in a nutshell, is a certain lack of constitutionalism being perpetrated by, a certain group of people within the party. Now, there are some tensions within the CPP right now, that Ghanaians must be aware. And it's one of those items fueling our late presentation of a candidate, for instance, for president. And this tension is between one set of CPP members, usually primarily made up of what I would call septuagenarian and octogenarian members, who insist on, let's go right now, let's do this right now. And then I would, another set of members, I think, more representative of my school of thought, who are saying that let us do everything we do constitutionally and according to the constitution of the CPP. And therein lies the tension. The former, the octogenarians and septuagenarian men are, for instance, right now wanting us to just proceed without a constitutional, bona fides, for lack of a better description. Let me explain. For instance, right now, in spite of the fact that we have a sitting chairman in good standing, there is right now a new item that has cropped up in the person of a so-called independent committee headed by the eminent Ghanaian and patriot Wing Commander Patrick Sogbojo, that professes to be in charge of the party and seeming to want to make decisions for the party, although we have a sitting chairman, you understand, and leader. And we are asking the independent commission to tell Ghanaians from whence they derive their authority. Because you see, I'm sitting here right now looking at the CPP constitution, Article 9, which is talking about the organs of the party, the national organs. We have the Council of Elders. We have the Central Committee. We have the National Executive Council. We have the National Delegates Congress. 4 of them. There's no talk of an independent committee. Further, I would also want to remind Ghanaians of a lawsuit that was brought by a so-called interim council that emanated from the National Executive Council meeting in Kumasi on December 5, 2023. Suit number J for Johnson /0234/2024. It was, adjudicated by Her Ladyship L.S. Mureku. And in her final sentence, she said that the plaintiffs had attempted to use the machinery of the law to perpetuate an injustice. That is what her lady, Ellen L.S. Mreku, Justice of the High Court, said. Now, who were the people who took this case to court? It's because Justice Mreku was discussing the deciding mind of the CPP, and she pointed out that it is the Central Committee that is the deciding mind. So she was saying that the interim council, so-called interim council that emerged from November 5 in Kumasi, December 5 in Kumasi last year, was attempting to use the machinery of the law to perpetuate an injustice. So what is happening is that the current so-called independent committee is made up of these same people who went to court and who were kicked out of court by her leadership in people including senior comrade Bright Akwete. You understand? This is the verdict of her leadership, High Court Judge on Comrade Bright Akwete. People like Comrade Kwame Nkrumah Bosu Esquire, and people like Moses Mambo, former national organizer. These are the people who went to court, and Justice Mreku pointed out that she told them that they were attempting to use the machinery of the law to perpetuate an injustice, now metamorphosed into the independent committee. So we are saying that as a party that aspires to run the Republic of Ghana, a country that is run by rules and regulations, by constitution, we are asking the independent committee headed by Wing Commander Patrick Sobojo, a patriot, who wants to tell Ghanaians from whence he derives his authority. Because this is why we have the problem. This is what the question you asked me. What is our problem? Our problem is these frequently, these boards that frequently spring up, seeking to act extra constitutionally. We are insisting on the rule of law in the CPP and constitutionalism. And if Wing Commander Patrick Sobojo, his group, his posse cannot show us from whence they derive their authority, then they should allow the party to work. Because the chairman and the leader have been striving and aside. As I said to you, we have distributed organizational paraphernalia across all the 275 constituencies. That determines how we should do everything we should do. My brother, let me tell you something. What we are saying here is that our party is not adequately organized. The CPP exists at the constituency level, regional level, and the national level. At the constituency level, we have 9 officers times 275 constituencies, giving us about 2,400 each. And then we move on to the regional level. It is 9 officers times 16 regions for about 144. And then the 9 national officers plus their deputies and committee members, etc. So we have officers of the party in the number of about 3,000. So it is how can we get to 12,000? It is our sympathizers times 4. However, our senior bodies, the octogenarian and septuagenarian members, would listen to us, the younger, and let us reorganize the party from the polling station up. What happens is that from the polling station, if we organize all the 42,000 polling stations across Ghana, we present on election day 640 party officials, 640,000. 640,000 party officials at the polling station, and then we present about 144,000 at electoral stage level, and so on, so that eventually we go to the polling station with about 880,000 officers if the party is organized from the grassroots up. This is how we should do it. Okay, so right now, we have a situation whereby over the past 4 years, for some reason, especially including the fact that we had these interruptions by these so-called elders in our party, or I wouldn't say so-called elders, they are elders, but they form so-called committees that seek to interrupt our activities. And taking us to court, we have 5 court cases over the past 4 years, with an average length of about 8 to 10 months before there is a judgment. So that is one of the reasons why we are not moving forward as we should be moving forward. So right now, we see an opportunity for the party. Right now, you see, one other thing Ghanaians must understand, and I'm committed to telling the full truth about the CPP so that we can get support and help to revamp. I could sit here and do propaganda and say, oh, the CPP is all well and good, and that will win the presidency. I can do that. But I must tell the truth to the Ghanaian electorate so that they know the state of the party, so that they can rally to the red corporal, so that we can save Ghana from the catastrophic administration and that of his twin President John Mahama, who is lurking in the wings. You understand? This is where we are coming from. So we are saying that I was saying that Ghanaians should understand that the party, all the officers, along the rank and file from the structures have expired. Okay, so we can go and produce a presidential candidate. We produced a presidential candidate, and in 3 months he won in 1979 in the person of President Dr. Hilary Mann. We nominated him, and 3 months later he defeated, Victor Owusu of the Popular Front Party and Dr. William Oforiatta of the UNC. You understand? So we can do it again because that is our pedigree. However, if we produce a presidential candidate and we do not have a polling station, exactly, that is right. Electoral area, that is right. Constituency, that is right. Regional, that is right. Then essentially what we are doing is presenting a presidential candidate that is sitting on a house of cards. So we can produce a candidate. But these are the realities on the ground that patriots and people who empathize with the CPP must take into consideration.
But Soprano, are you supposed to be washing your dirty linen in public? Should you not have been dealing with this in the background?
Please, this is not dirty linen. The truth is not dirty. The truth is not dirty. This is the CPP reaching out to all of its members. People, you talked about people like Papa Sindu. I mean, yes, you talked about people like Samia Nkrumah. You understand? You talked about Freddie Blake. You mentioned Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It was a call to the ancestors. That is what you were doing, and that is what I'm, subscribing to. We need help. We cannot continue to go on this trajectory. Obviously, we are not doing it right. Can you not see?
Where will you start from?
We should start from the polling station. The Constitution prescribes a way, and that is why I'm insisting upon constitutionalism within this Convention People's Party. The party says that we should be organized 2 years, 24 months before election. Look at us right now. So we should start from the polling station. Let's organize the polling station. Let's take our time. The people of Ghana, they can't believe that our president is President Akufo-Addo and what he's doing to us right now by way of the economy. They want a change. They don't want to go back to President Mahama, whom they rejected some time ago. Why would you spit on the ground and then go and lick it up again? They want to go in a new direction. They want to go with the Convention People's Party. They want to get work and happiness, the youth of this country. They want to be able to get jobs so that they can rent rooms, so that they can get married, so that they can build families. And you know that a strong family is the bedrock of any strong country. And that is where the CPP is coming from. You understand? It is a call to constitutionalism. That's what we are saying. The Constitution says we should start at the polling station. That is where we should begin.
Very well. Wish you all the best, and we'll keep an eye on you to see how far you go.
One other thing that I would want to say in passing is that you in the media should be doing, what I would call house calls on our political parties to, find out about the state of health of our political parties, and also talk to the so-called independent committee headed by Patrick Sobridge or the Patriot. Kindly ask him from whence does he derive his authority to present himself as he does on CPP letterhead that he has filed and he has no authority. I'm sure if you look into the act, like my friend that he has, crossed several lines.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Sylvester Sapon Soprano. He is the Director of Communications of the CPP. Clearly, the Cockroach Party is boiling. Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Before I go, someone has sent me an announcement to give to you. Yes, you listening to me. The person says, if I know anyone using the N1 stretch from Achimota Total, I should tell that person not to use that road, and that a long vehicle has broken down and people are stuck. Drivers are now using the pedestrian lane. So the information is that if you are using or plan to use the N1 stretch from Achimota to Tau, please do not do so. This advice from a motorist is that a long vehicle has broken down in the middle of the road and drivers are being forced to use the pedestrian walkways. We're done for tonight. My name is Umaru Sandamado. I did this with Eno Safo Production, Kwabna Wilson, Bevelin London, Sami Wiafe. Technical support from Daniel Squashi. New media support from Edwin Kwakofi. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening and have a good night.